I've got strawberries grown from seed and they are flowering in my living room right now. Oh my gosh, did you guys see the Northern Lights last night? I totally missed it. I'm gonna try to watch tonight. They said it's from, hold on, I wrote it down, 8 to 9 p.m. tonight or 3 to 4 a.m. You might be able to go out and see the Northern Lights. So I'm gonna try. I love stuff like that. I'm a giant nerd, not just about gardening, but about many, many things. So let me know if you guys got a chance to see it and where you are. Rough location of area if you don't want to give out too much information. But I'm in South Carolina and we're supposed to be able to see them all the way down here, which seems crazy to me, but I am totally game to try. Should we walk to the park? Yeah. Oh goodness. Should we walk to the park? You want to go to the park, Hoot? You're my quiet one. You want to go to the park? You're my neurotic one. Okay. Where are we going? Oh, gotta come closer. Wait. Oh my gosh, you guys are gonna try to get hit by a car. Okay, this is my third attempt at walking dogs while trying to film and talk. Walking the dogs, trying to film and actually speak is a combination that does not work for me. I am not at that level yet. So I am now sitting at the dog park. The dogs are playing, happy, enjoying themselves, and I'm not trying to wrangle a camera and hit myself in the head with poop bags as the dogs are winding around me. Yeah, that was fun. You don't have to see all that. So this video is going to be about growing strawberries from seed, which has been a success. I've got a failure for you that I'm going to put in this video too, and an update on how the peppers are fruiting in my living room. Just starting strawberries from seed is a different experience when you're trying to avoid fungus gnats. So you can start strawberry seeds outside, like you don't need to do them in the house, but it's just something that, you know, takes a little while to grow and then I can take with me, and I absolutely love strawberries, so I want them everywhere, especially at the base of fruit trees. It's a hot, humid area here. I want to make sure that, you know, I definitely have some sort of a ground cover. I was actually allergic to strawberries when I was growing up until I was probably 12 or 13, probably that puberty age. And then I became allergic to them again with every time I got pregnant. So I'm a little strawberry obsessed, and I can always take runners from the best tasting ones and pull those closer to the house. You know, it's okay if the wildlife gets to the strawberries that are out in the fields, that's fine. I just want perennial plantings of them, many of them, all over the property. So I've started 2 varieties right now. I've got the pine berry, which is the white strawberry, and then I've just got a wild strawberry seed that I was able to get really, really cheap. So those are the 2 I've got started right now. If you've got a really good tasting strawberry variety, I would love to hear it. Please let me know down in the comments. I will respond. Sometimes it takes me a couple days. I'm a single mom and I work full time, but I always get to the comments eventually, and I'm getting better at it too. So most people that plant strawberries, that want strawberries on their property, are going to go with transplants. There's good reason for that. Transplants, you can get them home, you can put them in the ground, you can have new flowers in a week sometimes with transplant. It's fabulous. It is the fastest way to get to fruit. So buying a transplant, you pretty much know what you're going to get, which is awesome. I plan on getting transplants, as I said before, but because I want so many different varieties of strawberries, it's much cheaper for me to sow some seeds and get some at home. Starting from seed is a whole different mixed bag. First of all, you don't necessarily know you're going to get the plant that you think you're going to get, that it's going to taste the way you think it's going to taste. It is not genetically identical to the parent plant, whereas if you buy a transplant, you're going to get something that is genetically identical. The timeline for growing strawberries from seeds is also very different. You've got it should be at least 2 weeks cold stratification. That's what I've figured out that works for me. I've cold stratified them for much longer and had no different results with cold stratifying for 2 weeks. What I did was just stuck them in a baggie and I stuck them in the fridge. I did not get them wet, nothing. After cold stratifying the seeds, you pull them out, and I did them in paper towels. You can put them directly in soil. That is a little problematic when you're growing in the house though. Strawberries can take like 3 weeks to germinate, so that's a long time to have moist soil in your house, and I'm a pretty big believer in keeping the fungus gnats away. So I did it in a paper towel in a baggie, and I just set those baggies on top of a heat mat, and they germinated. And then you have the tricky part of planting them after they germinate. So again, we're at already 2 weeks of cold stratification and about 3 weeks until they germinate. 3 weeks about 3 weeks until they germinate, and then you still have to get them planted, which is tricky because they're teeny tiny. So I individually transferred them over into the little seed starting trays, and it works. So I'm just using these little plant markers to pull the tiny little seeds off the paper towel and gently poke their little tail into the ground. You can tell which end is supposed to go to the ground, and then I just gently touch it in. And I'm not going to show too much of this because you really can't see what I'm doing. I tried to get up close, but it wasn't working out. I'm going to show you all the pretty strawberries in just a minute. I've got strawberries of all ages, but this is my gardening fail. This is the one that is crazy and that I made a bad choice when I decided to plant it. So I pulled this beautiful plant out of my indoor garden area. It's over in my office area right now, within a north-facing window. It's not even very much sunlight. This is my garden fail, guys. This is the one that I should not have grown, and I didn't realize. It's a wild berry that I used to eat in Seattle, and as far as wild berries went, you found less of them than the salmon berries or the blackberries. But as soon as I tried to germinate the seeds, and they all sprung to life super fast, I was able to know that this was probably an invasive and looked it up, and it is. It's not native to the South, where I am right now in South Carolina. Check out how big this leaf is. It's my hand. I mean, I do have kind of small hands for a lady, but it's just mammoth. But yeah, and it sprung to life. This was planted the same time as the strawberries. It is invasive. It's not that it spreads super fast, although it does seem like it would do that. It seems like that kind of a plant. But it's that the birds eat the berries, and then the birds excrete the berries, and then it grows everywhere that it's not supposed to. So this will be an indoor plant. I'll find some sort of a cage if it ends up needing it, although now it's standing up really well. It almost seems to like climb in on each other. It's called a thimbleberry, and I'll see if I can find a picture of a thimbleberry that I can put up here. It's a berry that kind of tastes like a raspberry, but it fits on the top of your finger, and I think that's why they called it thimbleberries. They are really delicate and wouldn't transport well, which is why you don't see them in the stores. But hopefully they will actually grow in the house. We will have to see. Okay, now back to strawberries. So these ones are ready to be up potted now, and I'm going to do that next. But kind of some different stages of strawberries. I just pulled out a few because you guys do not need to see my strawberry hoard. It's a collection, not a hoard. Really? I'm a collector of plants. So I'm in my living room today, and I'm just up potting all these beautiful strawberries that I have here. But I do not have the bags of soil that I would like to have in this case. Tater's going to come and check out the strawberries because hopefully he won't bite them. He's kind of trouble. All right, so I can put a little bit of this in because it's what I've got. It's acid-loving plants. Because strawberries do like the soil a little bit acidic. It's just left over from my blueberries, and there's a reason that I'm wanting to put this in. There was a sale on Miracle-Gro, and I've got potting mix, and then I've got in-ground use garden soil. But it's not really potting soil. It's not really great for, potting things up in the house. It could compact. So I'm going to do kind of a mix of some of these lighter options. Tater, scoot you over. Here, scoot you over there. There you go. You stay. I'm going to do some of the mix of this lighter options just to kind of help with drainage in the pots. So I'm not planning on starting any more seeds soon, but I do want to get my white strawberry pine berries up potted so that I mean, I'm guessing they're ready. They're pretty big, but they are straining the size of their container, so. I got these cute little pots on Amazon. I think they were 5 inches, maybe 6. Anyways, they come with the little drainage reservoir that I always toss because I put them in the 10 by 20 trays. I think those pots were like $1 each, something like that. I know they weren't very expensive. I sometimes use them when I gift people plants too, so. But yeah, we've got the strawberries here. We're just going to go ahead and pop them out. And I'm kind of obsessed with taking a look at the roots. So if I can get this thing out, I want to show you what the roots look like. So pretty, so healthy. And it was time to go ahead and up pot them. It's not root bound or anything, but it was definitely time. So I'm going to free these up just a little bit. Kind of loosen some of the dirt off of them just so they can spread out a little bit more. And then I can go ahead and stick it in there. There really isn't anything tricky about up potting these except that you want to make sure you don't bury the crown. The crown is that top right there that you see. So just basically fill it to the same soil level as the soil block that it's currently sitting in, and you're going to be fine. I tend to dump all the soil on, fill it in all around the sides, and then I can go ahead and make sure that I pull that soil back from the crown. So I'll stick my fingers in there and go all the way around the crown and make sure that the soil isn't covering it, because otherwise it just stunts your blueberries. They might live through it, but they don't like it. So I try not to do it to them. And I think I'm going to attempt to show you there that is sticking up outside of the soil. Take a quick second and show you the little babies that we planted, that you guys planted with me. This was a few weeks ago. You're just seeing it today, but they're doing great. They're happy. Happy little babies. So anyways, to anybody watching this video, happy Mother's Day. If you know a mother, if a mother once gave you life, if you have a mother or have had a mother or are a mother, please like and subscribe to this one and join my channel and follow us on our journey. We are still trying to find property. There has been a bit of a delay with that. We got our loan approval and then we're told that there's no funds. So it's a government-backed loan, USDA direct if anybody's ever looking, and it's a time-consuming process, which I knew going in. However, it's going to take a little bit longer. They've said there's just no funds. We are approved. We're waiting for them to say, hey, go buy a house, go buy a property, and then we will jump on that as soon as we can. Before you guys go, I want to show you a real quick update on our pepper plants. This guy's got a couple, and if we go back here, I hope we can see them. Oh, edit, okay. If we go back here, this one's got a few on it, the cherry stuffer in the back, and that one's got a couple on it. That one's a Zulu pepper, and that's my California Wonder, who's just going strong back there. I don't know if there are other ones in here, but I bet that there are. And over here in the back, I got a big daddy pepper. I don't know why all pepper names sound dirty, but I got a big daddy. He's going. So yeah, the peppers are going good, and I'll do a video on when I tame this jungle so we can actually see what's going on. Alright guys, if you've stuck it out this long, I really appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. So we go back to the house, Hoot? So we go back to the house, Tater? He's so happy. What do you think, Hoot? Are you tired? There's no facial expression there. I do not think he cares. That one's happy.